What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. So, as we played earlier in the week and on the showdown on Sunday, this week we're playing Weakness Policy Heat Train being procced by Surf Latios. Got Mamo, Grimmsnarl, Celestial, and Rotom to round the team out. If you want a more in-depth breakdown of the team, check out the previous episodes. But that being said, today is July 1st. That means the new rank ladder for the season is up, and means we're going to be starting out in Great Ball. So let's see just what we can do today with this team and how high on the ladder we can actually get to today. So, all right. Game number 1 of the new ranked season. Urshifu, Cole. Oh yeah, pretty standard stuff we got. Rillaboom, Insane, Togekiss, and Dragapult, of course, to round it out. I really like Heatran and Latios up front here, I think. I like Grimmsnarl quite a bit. I think I like Rotom to round it out. I could also bring Mamo just because it does threaten Dragapult, Togekiss quite a bit. Rillaboom. This is a little weak to Urshifu, to be 100% honest. So maybe we want Rotom just for that. Grimmsnarl has Spirit Break, right? We do. Interesting. What if it's like Grimmsnarl Heatran up front with Mamo and Rotom in the back? I think I like that. I think I like this quite a bit, actually. I'm hoping they go Dragapult up front and they go for Surf and trigger our Policy Force. That would be ideal. But I feel okay about this. Like, Heatran's going to be able to hopefully do a little bit of damage to this Colossal. And we'll go from there. Hopefully put a full instance on it, and then it doesn't really matter what it does. The downside is if they do lead, Urshifu, Cole, they will be able to get their Aqua Jet off before we take their weakness policy because of the way full instance works. Even though we're +1 priority, so it's Aqua Jet, so we would still move slower than the Urshifu. But I'm pretty okay with this lead, to be 100% honest with y'all. I think this is just Dynamax the Heatran, go for a Steel Spike into the Togekiss, and we can go for I kind of want to trick away whatever the Dragapult's holding, just because this is probably physical Dragapult. Could also set up Light Screen here. Yeah, let's set up a Light Screen. I think this is probably fine. Opponent is going to go ahead and Dynamax. Presumably this is Dragapult here. This Togekiss is going to be slower than Heatran. And it is Dragapult. I remember for the first, probably 3-4 months of this game out, every time the Dragapult Dynamaxed, I thought my game glitched because it has that, moment where it's invisible on screen and then reappears. So for the first several months, I thought my game was glitched, and that Dragapult, it was only with Dragapult that the error occurred, and it just never clicked with me that it happened to everyone else too. Yep, they're going to protect Togekiss. Pretty okay with this, to be 100% honest with you. We're going to get our Light Screen up. Not really going to mean anything here, unless they go for Geyser into Heatran. That'd be cool. Dang. That was worth a shot. Phantasm into Heatran is going to do more than I would have liked, to be 100% honest. But we're going to stay at neutral here on our defense because we're going to go for the Steel Spike. And it is Life Orb, so we're probably going to steal that from the Dragapult just so they can stop doing as much damage as they are. So we're back to neutral on our defense. So we will Steel Spike the Togekiss again. We'll go for a Trick into the Dragapult. Get rid of its item here. I'm going to withdraw the Togekiss, going to go into Ensign. That's kind of whatever. Kind of whatever. Like, obviously we're never going to go for a Quake into that slot, so seems like a pretty safe switch there from our opponent. They're just going to Phantasm once again into Heatran. Should do a little less damage now. The point where we should be able to live this next one. And we're going to fire off another Steel Spike. So we haven't really accomplished anything with our Dynamax, but at the same time our opponent also hasn't really. So I think this turn I like going for a Max Guard. And we can Spirit Break into... I mean, do I even have a reason to stay in Grimmsnarl? I could just switch out into Mammo. Like, I can't Fake Tears either of these things on the field. I already have Light Screen up. Yeah, I might as well. Like, I feel like they're going to go for Fake Out into my Grimmsnarl this turn, and I would rather them go into Grimmsnarl than Mammo just because I don't want my Sash broke. So I think I am going to stay in, and we can go for a Spirit Break into the Dragapult, I guess. Fake out your Dragapult. What? That has to be a misclick, right? And then just Phantasm into the Heatran. Alright, well, I feel pretty okay about how this has turned out so far. Both of us got through our Dynamax and no KOs on either side, so pretty okay game so far. We'll fire off a... I could see them wanting to switch out Ensign here. So I think it's safe to go for an Earth Power into Dragapult. And we'll go for a Spirit Break into that slot as well. Try to pick up the KO on it. Seeing how they have the full instance, they are going to move last. Gonna withdraw the Ensign. Back into Togekiss. I almost went for a Flash Cannon in that slot just to try to hit this on the entry, but I'm pretty okay with this as well. We'll get to pick up the KO on this Dragapult this turn. Alright. Alright. So it was only like turn 4 and we finally picked up a single KO. So that's okay. You know, sometimes we need a longer game. I'm going to bring out Rillaboom here. Rillaboom in the face of my Heatran is really interesting. I mean, I'm probably just going to click Heat Wave. We'll go for... I'm going to protect this turn. We'll go for Fake Tears into the Togekiss this turn. I can see them going for Fake Out into my Heatran. They actually don't. They actually just stay to... I'm assuming Grassy Glide into... Oh no, they're just going to Wood Hammer. Interesting. And going to fire off the old Razzle Dazzle. Life Screen should be over this turn. And get a little bit of grass. Grassy terrain recovery. And there's our light screen. Okay, so now we can fire off a Heat Wave. And we can Fake Tears into the Rillaboom. I anticipated a switch out from the Togekiss there. So this should be a KO, I would think. So 4 times resisted hit. This is also fine. Yep. So these are both at -2. And this is a stab Heat Wave. So as long as we connect both, this should do a ton. And by a ton, I mean pick up the KO on the Rillaboom and dang near pick up the KO on Togekiss. So now we can bring out Mammo. Double protect this turn. And then the following turn we can go for Ice Shard plus Earth Power into the Ensign. We can Ice Shard, take down the Togekiss. Intimidate's not going to affect Mammozoin because we are oblivious. Yeah, we'll protect this turn. Protect this turn. Just so we're going into this, hopefully last turn at full HP. Well, with full HP and our Focus Sash intact on Mammo. Yep, there's the fake out into Mammo. This is probably just another Dazzling Gleam. Yep, okay. Feeling pretty okay about this. Get a little more recovery for Heatran. Heatran should be able to live a Dazzling Gleam at this point. So now we'll go for the Earth Power into Ensign. We'll go for the Ice Shard into Togekiss. And that might be enough to pick up the KO. Like, obviously the Ice Shard's there enough. I'm curious if the Earth Power would have been enough to pick up the KO on the Ensign. I'm not sure it would have been. But that is game number 1 in our favor for today. And more importantly, number 1 for the season. So let's get... That felt like a very cohesive game with this team. Our opponent obviously did not bring the Colossal stuff, so we just got to do what we needed to and shut down their Dynamax early and never really got them to progress to be able to take over the game. So, next game of the day, we have Galarian Articuno next to Raichu. Probably have a weakness policy shenanigans going on there with Volt Switch to be able to proc it. If I was a betting man, we have Ensign, Snorlax, and then we have Blastoise and Venusaur. I don't anticipate seeing Venusaur. I probably don't anticipate seeing Blastoise, but having an answer to both of them would be obviously ideal. I think Celesteela lines up pretty okay if we can deal with exactly the Raichu, which Mammo just looks at and smacks around. We also have Grimmsnarl here, so we can take away a potential weakness policy from the Articuno, slow it down quite a bit. This might actually just be Surf Latias time. We've yet to bring Latias, and I actually think it lines up pretty okay this game. We'll bring Grimmsnarl as well in the back. Do I need Grimmsnarl? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just bring like Mammo, Rotom, and just have like good resist for anything that they potentially switch in. I feel okay about these. I feel pretty okay about this 4. Alright, opponent, what do we got? And it is going to be Raichu Blastoise. So this is probably Fake Out plus Shell Smash. So we'll go for a Tailwind. We did not see an Air Balloon on the Raichu. Could just go Surf plus, but I think I really need. I'm gonna Surf, and I'm going to Dynamax and Quake into the Raichu. Surf is going to break the Sash on the Raichu. If it is Air Balloon, it'll also break that, but it would have also said if it was Air Balloon when it entered. I'm really hoping not to see Dynamax Blastoise this turn. Dang it. That's fine. I was really hoping they'd go for Shell Smash, but we are faster than the Blastoise, so this is going to work out somewhat in our favor. Obviously, they're going to get the residual off of Cannonade. But this should be fine. We're going to be at +1 special defense after this, too. And they correctly identify and fake out into Latias. Hopefully it's just Hailstorm into that slot instead. Raichu does go down to Sash. Now both of our Mons are at +1 special defense. If this is Hailstorm into my Latias, their Raichu goes down as well. If this is Cannonade into Heatran, it is. Okay. We might be able to live this. Oh yeah, by a mile. And they're going to trigger our policy for us. There's Life Orb on this Stoice. Okay. Good to know. So I think the play at this point is just to do, like, to prevent the Blastoise from doing as much damage as we possibly can. So I'm gonna... I will Mystical Fire the Blastoise. I kind of want to Flare the Raichu. I also think Max... You know what, we'll Flare the Raichu. This will set up Sun, this will remove the Raichu. Because I could also see... I could have seen the Blastoise going for a Max Guard this turn. But dropping its special attack is going to help. They're going to Eerie Impulse my Heatran, going to put me back to neutral, that's whatever. Max Flare is going to have the damage from another Cannonade if that does come out. Eerie Impulse, really good attack, who knew? That's also a very slow Raichu if Latias is outspeeding it. Gonna drop our special defense, but that's still fine. We're gonna get quite a bit recovery here thanks to our Citrus. Gonna obviously take some more residual from the Cannonade. Plus Latias right below half, and I'm pretty okay with that. Question is, what does the opponent have here in the back? So I know they have probably Water Spout, most likely Dark Pulse. Can't imagine this is physical Blastoise after the damage output that they've actually done. So we'll Mystical Fire the Blastoise again. And we will go for another Quake into the Snorlax. Just get that special defense boost. Yeah, they're going to protect Snorlax, that's whatever. Quake is still going to connect, and that's the important part here. Blastoise is now at -2, which is also very effective for us. And we're back to +1 special defense. So Blastoise should not be threatening us basically at all at this point. There's another Darkness, presumably into Latias, trying to pick up the KO there, but not going to be enough. So after everything is said and done, we're up 4-3 right now. Their Blastoise is at -2. Both of our defenses are at neutral. Heatran's at +2 attack, neutral special attack. And they have one more turn to Cannonade here. So I feel pretty okay about how this game has gone so far, all things considered. What do we have in the back? Mammo Rotom. I kind of like the idea of setting up a Tailwind for this end game. Like, Latias is probably going down this turn, and I'm pretty okay with that. And then we'll just click Heat Wave, get some more decent chip damage in on everything. They're going to withdraw the Blastoise, pretty okay with that as well. They're going to bring out Ensign. Not going to do a ton, but it is going to, you know, do a non-zero amount of damage, and I think that's really all we could have asked for here. We're going to get our Tailwind up. So we should hopefully outspeed everything they have going on in this end game. Heat Wave does connect on both. Does okay damage. Does okay damage to the Snorlax. That's really all we could have asked for. High Horsepower is going to pick up the KO on the Heatran. But now, Latias is also going down, correct? It is. Okay. So now it's 2-3. But I feel okay about this endgame. Rotom can come out and burn the Snorlax. And we can protect with Mamo this turn. So I can see a Flare Blitz going into that slot. So we will go for the Will-O-Wisp into Snorlax. We will protect on the Mamo. They could also fake out my Rotom, which would not be great. They do not. They're presumably going for a either Parting Shot or a Flare Blitz into my Mamo. Okay. Alright. They have Curselax. Interesting. Not something I've seen in quite a while, but makes sense here. That's going to put them right above half on Snorlax. We have one more turn of Sun. Last turn of Sun. So this turn, we can go for a Thunderbolt into Ensign. And we can High Horsepower into Ensign. If they switch Ensign out into Blastoise, we pick up the KO on Blastoise. They're going to stay in. This should pick up the KO on Ensign then. And then we're going to get the Thunderbolt off into the Rotom, into the Snorlax here. I'm going to put it 30%, 35%. What looks like Citrus. Wiki. Okay, so we did hit that 30% range. And Sunlight is over. But we have Rotom here to threaten their Blastoise. They're probably going to protect this turn if I was a betting man. So this turn I'm going to double the Snorlax. I feel like Snorlax is the real threat at this point. And being able to remove it means that we can hopefully pick up this end game. So we'll go for Hydro Pump. And kind of want to Icicle Crush just so we have a chance to flinch. It's obviously less damage, but not like significantly less. It's really good damage. Unfortunately, we missed a Hydro. They're going to Hydro back. Mamo's going to go down to Sash. And they're going to Body Slam my Rotom. Okay. Well, the Rotom is going to get to eat its berry. We are berry, right? That's really awkward. Just outside of range of berry. So we'll Thunderbolt the Blastoise this turn, and a High Horsepower should pick up the Snorlax based on how much the Icicle Crush did last turn. Okay, Snorlax down. How much does this do to Blastoise? A KO? Okay. Okay. Mamo living on 1 HP. Rotom just outside the range of its Figgy Berry. Kind of put me on edge there, not going to lie. Connecting that Will-O-Wisp was obviously very good. Missing the Hydro Pump could have been very detrimental for us, but we were able to pull it out and get to be 2-0 to start the season. Let's get one more in for today and see. I don't think 3-0 is enough to pull us into Ultra Ball. I think it's just short if I remember correctly. But let's get one more in for today. End the day on a high note. How about that? So let's see. We got Politoed Kingdra, Scizor, Spectrier, Rillaboom, Zapdos. I really like Celesteela. I think Grimmsnarl Celesteela is really strong up front here. We can set up a light screen. We can trick away whatever Kingdra's item is. This is probably, if I was a betting man, Sash on the Spectrier. Choice Band Scizor. Could be AV on the Rillaboom, and probably Goggles on the Zapdos. I think I like Rotom here. And I think I want Heatran, but I really don't know if I feel comfortable bringing it in the rain. But I guess it lines up better than, like, Latias or Mammo does. And it threatens... We get to threaten the Heatran. We get to threaten the Scizor and the Rillaboom in game if it comes down to that. So I feel okay. I feel okay about this one. This is pretty similar to the team that I played against Carl in the showdown on Sunday, so we know how that ended. But it is all right. Let's see what we can do here. See if we can pick up the 3-0 for today. Alright, opponent, what do we got? It's going to be Scizor or Zapdos up front. Okay. Probably going to Dynamax or Zapdos if I was a betting man. So my goal right now is to remove this Scizor from play, because it really threatens my Grimmsnarl. So I'm going to go for a trick onto the Zapdos, and we will go for a Flamethrower into the Scizor. Because Zapdos is obviously wanting to go for Airstreams, presumably. Could also go for Lightning into my Celesteela, but I think Celesteela, with being AV, should be able to take that fairly well. This could be Bullet Punch into my Grimmsnarl, which would hurt quite a bit coming from the Scizor, but shouldn't be a one-hit KO, I wouldn't think. Obviously, Scizor with Choice Band is absurd amounts of damage, but I think we got this. I feel okay about this. Alright, Celesteela, I believe in you. Let's do it. I believe in you. If there's the Bullet Punch. And that's unfortunate. Because now they're going to be faster than us. I mean, at least we take 2. I was really, really hoping that we'd be able to take that. Goodbye, Scizor. At least we get the Beast Boost here. Gonna put us to +1 special attack. So now I think we bring out Rotom and we can Thunderbolt plus Rockfall into the Zapdos' turn to try to pick up a KO on it. If they bring out the Toad, then we can threaten the Toad as well. And it is the Toad. I don't think I care for the Toad right now. Because obviously I can just change the weather. So we'll go for the Thunderbolt into Zapdos. And we will Rockfall into the Zapdos as well. Just guarantee the KO into it. I could see them Lightning into Rotom, but hopefully we can live that. They don't get the terrain boost because neither of us are grounded. But it is a neutral hit. Huh. It would do a chunk. But if Celesteela can take 1, I'm sure Rotom can. Right? Right, Rotom? You got this, right? Please? Oh, no. That one we probably can't. Please be into Rotom. Hooray! Well, you tried, buddy. You really tried, little Rotom. Or at least now we get rid of the weather, too. And hopefully the Zapdos. Oh no. Not quite. And it is goggles on the road on the Zapdos. That's good to know. But a helping hand. I mean, they might switch out the Politoed just so they have rain in this end game. I doubt it, but that is something they could do. If I was them, I would just go for helping hand plus lightning into the Celesteela to pick up the KO on it, and then it's a 1v3, 1v2 potentially. So we'll go for a Heat Wave, try to pick up the KO on the Zapdos. And I guess we Rockfall the Zapdos here. They have no reason to ever click Protect here. They just threaten my Celesteela. Yep, there's the helping hand. This is presumably lightning into Celesteela, which we should not take. Nope. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe Zapdos is exactly why we need to bring Mammo to this fight, but I don't think so. I mean, that still did a good chunk to Politoed. So now it's a 2v1, with their last one presumably being, if it's Rillaboom here as their last, I feel really good. If it's Kingdra, we're probably dead. I will Earth Power the Kingdra and hope that they trigger my policy. I live and then can pick up the KO, and then hopefully Politoed just clicks Helping Hand. If Politoed clicks Scald this turn, we're probably dead. Okay, there's a Hydro Pump. Tell me you live. Dang it, Oh! There's the Life Orb. Kingdra down. I don't think that crit mattered. Dang it, they went for Scald. I was hoping they'd go for like Hydro Pump there and they'd miss. I think our outs were exactly Hydro Pump miss by either Mon. I think had Kingdra gone for Hydro Pump and missed, we don't pick up the KO there. And I think we needed to pick up the KO on the Kingdra that turn to be able to have a chance of winning that game. Man, close game, but that's not what I wanted. Let's put up this rental code one more time. And I really do think that had we had Mammo in that game and we were able to switch to Mammo on turn 1 instead of taking a Lightning, I think we could have won. But I also expected Grimmsnarl to be able to take a Bullet Punch, and evidently not. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the trick off or get the light screen up or anything else with Grimmsnarl, and as a result, just came in and died. So that is going to be it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back later this week with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one. Peace.